Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So I just finished my first 4 trades of the week, and yes, I've always said it, the more energy and the more time that you actually put in analyzing your bigger time frames, you can equally put it on the smaller time frame and you still be profitable, right? Yes, so the week just started and I'm already down with what extremely nice 4 trades. Now this is three, the other trade is actually on GBP USD, which will come all the way to right here. Now what was I using? I was just using something extremely easy and extremely simple. What is that? Just trend lines, right? That was just what I was using. I did not use anything big, just trend lines. First trade was here. Price pushed all the way through this trend line, came back for a retest. I waited for a confirmation. When I look at my trades, we realize that I don't really like sniper entries. No, I don't like it. I always wait for confirmation before I execute, right? Waited for confirmation, I execute my 1:2. Price push all the way up. I got out of my 2 trades. As you can see, 2 trades right here executed, and 2 trades that I actually got out extremely easy, right? So price fall all the way down. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to wait for another execution. When it got confirmed around this zone right here, I executed another 2 trades with the same lot size, and I was still hoping to catch the same profit. 1:2. Price came all the way down. I actually took this trade first, and I brought the second trade, I think, around this zone right here at break even. I said at break even. I brought the stop loss around this zone right here. So price came all the way up and took me out of the trade, right? But it was also good around this time right here. Price came all the way up marvelously. It took me out. And yes, I was done. Now this trade right here, now look at the difference. You realize I was actually executing 2 trades right here as well. But when price came all the way down to this level, I actually executed 1 trade. Why? Because I wasn't really sure about price continuing that downward movement. And you can see that both 2 trades right here, they all hit TPs except for this one. So if I'm not really confident in executing that trade, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm just going to execute 1 trade, and I'll be really good at watching it, because any retracement that happens, I'm getting out of the trade. And you can see that when this retracement happened, I got out of the trade easy and fair. Extremely simple, right? And now look at where price is going to. So if I did not actually get out, it would have hit my stop loss, right? Extremely easy, nothing serious. I was also using a trend line right here. Immediately price entered into this zone, you can see that we're consolidating. So this consolidation shows a massive downward movement. I executed another trade. Now this is not actually part, it's actually part of a trade that I actually took last week, which was a 70k trade, right? Even though before I closed it, it actually came all the way down to 68 thereabouts because of this massive drawdown right here, but I still had to close it anyway, because this week is another week and we'll probably be looking forward for different trades. Right now, let's go to GBP USD. As usual, it was a very simple drop. As you can see, price dropped through that trend line right there. And what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to execute my trade. Now on this pair, I actually executed 3 trades right here. I executed 3 trades immediately after price push all the way through. When it came all the way down to this zone, I took out the first trade and I brought every single trade a stop loss to around this zone right here. And you can see that price actually came all the way back up and took me out of those trades. But yes, I was still in profit, so I did not really mind, even though price actually reached my final TP. As you can see, I wasn't really looking at it. If I was looking at it, I would have gotten out of those trades, but I wasn't really looking at it. So yes, price did not actually do me good around that zone right there. So yes, price actually came back and took me out around that zone right here. But yeah, that's it. There's no problem. I actually saw this movement after price started shooting all the way up. You know, if I had seen it earlier, I would have eventually gotten into a trade when we actually broke through this zone right here. Maybe with this candle right here, I would have gotten into a buy all the way up. But I did not actually see it. So yes, that is just it. I don't really have to execute any trade for now, because if I'm going to do, I'll be executing those trades based on emotions, and executing trades based on emotions are very bad. I'll be actually pissed for missing these trades right here, or for not being in this trade. So I'll be looking forward for an uptrend, and the trend might also push all the way down. So I just have to ignore everything right now. Maybe in 5 hours time I can come back in and execute another trade, because the trend is actually still looking juicy, right? So when you look at the bigger time frame, this is what we are having now. This is a 4 hour time frame. You can already see what's happening right now. I actually said this last week. I said price was shooting all the way up to test this trend line right here. At the same time, pull liquidity from this fair value gaps right here. So maybe we might have a drop or maybe not. I also said that price might also come all the way back and probably retest this zone. As you can see, there's a lot of what buyers around this zone right here. So if price cannot push through, it will eventually come back to this zone right here before eventually pushing all the way up. But yeah, that is just it. This week has been marvelous so far. So far, so good. I've been in 4 trades already. Please understand the energy you use in analyzing these bigger time frames can equally be used on a smaller time frame. With that, price moves fast, you can easily hop into a trade and get out extremely fast. Within an hour, you can be in 2 trades and you are done for the day. You can go on with your work, right? Extremely easy. So try your best and start probably using the 1 minute time frame. It's very, very good, especially if you are using it with the MBK strategy or probably maybe the short bar strategy, right? I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.